Hello and welcome to the Monumental Mindset Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Q. Here we focus on tapping into your fullest potential to become your best possible self. If you are a fan of the show, please like, comment, and subscribe to at Dr. Q the Coach on all social media platforms. Today, we are going to have a word of the week as well as a phrase or metaphor that will also help get you through your week. As you all know, we, Monumental Mindset, has taken on the 75 Hard Workout Challenge. If you don't know what that is, that's fine. I'm glad you asked. You can go back to our last episode where I really broke down all of the things that you have to do each day for 75 days in order to complete this challenge. And guess what? If you mess up, you have to start over. So this is now day 9 of the 75 hard challenge for me, and I am going to give you an update. But first, let's start with our word of the week this week, which is going to help us endure and overcome and complete the 75 hard challenge. The word of the week this week is temptation. Temptation simply means the desire to do something especially wrong or unwise. During this 75 hard challenge, we have the task of completing 2 workouts a day at both 45 minutes each, and at least one has to be done outside. So I've been taking these daily morning walks either by myself or with my husband. Now he decided to hop on to the challenge, and then I would walk with my kids or push Deuce in a stroller and Leo come walking with me. But it's something that we started to incorporate into our daily lives with the family. So that I am enjoying. You also have to make sure that you complete a 45-minute workout that can be anywhere you like. So for me, that's doing 6:45, which is a beach body workout because it's already 45 minutes long. So I don't necessarily have to see if I need to do something longer or shorter. I feel like this would be a good program for me to do during this challenge. And instead of doing it just 6 days a week, I added on an extra day where I'll do my mobility and stretching twice a week instead of just once a week. So that's helping with my flexibility and mobility as well, getting my body nice and stretched out and performing at its optimal potential. Also, on this 75 hard challenge, you have to pick a diet or meal plan, whatever works for you. There's no set meal plan in place, but whatever diet or meal plan that it is that you want to follow. So for me, I'm following, I stated before, a Beachbody. I am a Beachbody coach, so I'm following my container plan, making sure that I get all in my vegetables and protein and fruits and everything each day. You have to drink a gallon of water a day. I got a new water bottle. This is a 40-ounce water bottle made by Cindy Star, and I got it off Amazon. And I said, oh, a 40-ounce water bottle would be good for me because that means I only have to fill it up maybe a little over 3 times a day. And I would have in my 128 fluid ounces. So if this is 40 ounces, and sometimes I drink a little bit more than that, I feel pretty good knowing that all I have to do is carry around this big old bottle and fill it up 3 times a day, and I'm done. I got all of my gallon of water in. During this challenge, you also have to make sure that you do not drink any alcohol, and there are no cheat meals. So if your plan, your diet, whatever plan that you have requires you to not eat bread or not eat certain things, then if you cheat and you have a cheat meal on your diet, you're failing. Also, no alcohol. So this is day 9 of no alcohol. And I must say that the temptation was there. So that's what led to our word of the week this week. Earlier this week, I had a on-site meeting at work, and then afterwards we had like a dinner social with another company that came in to meet with us, and it was absolutely great. The meeting went wonderful, and afterwards we went out to a really nice restaurant downtown and had dinner. At dinner, not everyone, but a good bit of people were ordering, cocktails or beer or whatever tickled their fancy. Well, your girl is doing the 75 hard challenge. So I am proud to say that I went to dinner. This is my first time actually going out to eat at a restaurant during this challenge. And the temptation was there as other people were ordering drinks. And a lot of us are social drinkers. Sometimes we'll have a cocktail or, a beer or something of that nature. I don't drink beer, but You understand where I'm going with this. You'll have something because you're in a social environment, everyone else is doing it, you'll hop on. Well, what I decided to do was, one, I drank a bunch of water at the table, but I also ordered a lemonade, which I didn't even really drink, but I had something in front of me that had color to it. And if I wanted to like do a cheers, okay, well, I'll cheers with the lemonade or something of that nature where I didn't feel like I was missing something. And I didn't feel like I missed anything. I was very proud. And when I came home, I was like, I went out to dinner and I didn't even order a drink. And that felt pretty good to know I stayed on task despite the temptation that was there in front of me. So I say that to say, many times in life, we're going to have temptations. Temptations does not go away. It's always there. It's in your face. It will try to stop you from achieving your goals. Temptation will try to stop you from being the best that you can be. Temptation will try to deter you from staying focused. Temptation will try to distract you. But I am here today to help you to overcome that temptation. How do you overcome temptation? Well, I'm happy you asked. First thing that you can do is remove yourself. You can remove yourself from the temptation. But my thing is this: why would you remove yourself when you can look it in the face and show temptation that you are not fazed or defeated by it? Let's look temptation in the face and show the temptation that is trying to tempt you to deter you from your goals. Let's look it in its eye and show I have the power, not you. I saw this quote and it said that an opportunity may knock once, but temptation will lean on the doorbell. That was deep because we always hear this saying, oh, opportunities only knock once. This can be an opportunity of a lifetime. You have to take every opportunity that's presented to you. Make sure you follow through. You don't know when the opportunity is going to come back around. But temptation, that's a little sneaky thing. That temptation, it don't just knock once. That temptation just hold on to the doorbell. It just ring, 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 ring. Temptation is always going to be there. But the question is, are you going to open the door for temptation? Or are you going to let that temptation defeat you? We're not doing that. We're not opening the door into the temptation. We're not going to let the temptation defeat us. What we're going to do is look temptation in the face and show temptation that we have the power. The second thing that you can do to help overcome temptation is treat yourself once in a while or every now and then. So if you know that you're tempted by something, let's use shopping, for example. If you know every time you go shopping, you're tempted to go into this one store and you're going to ball out. Well, instead of having that temptation, there's like, oh, I'm walking past, I can't walk past Victoria's Secret, I can't walk past the Michael Kors store, I can't walk past Limited or Black and White store or Express because I know I'm going there and I'm going to ball out. I can't walk past Baby Gap because I know I'm going to go spend a lot of money. Well, just treat yourself every now and then. Say, once or twice a month I'm going to go in there and I'm going to just pick up a couple items. The main things that I really want, I'm going to treat myself to it. That's another way that you can overcome temptation. The third thing that you can do is to distract yourself. If you know that something is going to be tempting, focus on something else. Focus on something else. You're not running from it. It's there. It's in your face, but that's not what's going to be my forefront. That's not going to be the focus. I'm going to distract myself, not focus on that, and focus on something else. So I have a trip coming up with my family. We're going to my auntie's 50th birthday party. And I know for a fact she's going to have open bar and my cousin is going to be there and everybody's going to be partying, having nice drinks and ready to turn up, throwing back shots and all this other stuff. Well, guess what? I'm doing my 75 hard challenge. And by the time I get there and it's the party, I will be on day 17. I'm not starting over. I have too invested into what I've done so far than to start over and allow that temptation to deter me from my goals. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go, but while they're having their drinks and their shots and stuff, either I'm going to have some water or a glass of lemonade, and we're going to distract ourselves by dancing and having a good time on the dance floor. That's what I'm going to do. Create distractions. I don't mind standing here. Okay, let's time to move on to the next one. Let's have a good time. Let's do the electric slide. Let's do the cha-cha and the wobble or whatever else, or the Tamiya slide. Because my family, we likes to do the slides now. We likes to do the slides. So distracting yourself, putting your attention and your focus towards something else is something that would also really help you when it comes to making sure that you don't fall into temptation and you overcome temptation. The next thing is number 4, visualize yourself. Put yourself in the moment. Visualize yourself resisting the temptation. Because we always say temptation is there. Doing a 75 hard challenge does not mean that you're going to be cooped up in your house for 75 days and out of touch with reality. Life is still going to be happening around you. You have to be able to navigate life. So that's why it's like, okay, well, I'm going to a business dinner and everyone's ordering cocktails. Am I supposed to not go because I'm doing a 75 hard challenge? No, I'm still going to go because networking is important and I love what I do, and I'm going to make sure that I put myself in the right rooms. But what I'm not going to do is fall into the trap of temptation. What I'm not going to do is say, I'm going to order off of my meal plan because I'm out to eat. Just because you go out to eat or you at a restaurant doesn't mean that your meal plan is thrown out the door. What you do is you find something that fits your meal plan. So if that means you're out ordering a salad, ordering some shrimp to put on your salad or chicken, or making sure that you have broccoli, getting in your green vegetables, still ordering your water, drinking your water, making sure you get all your water in, and engaging in the conversation and distracting yourself from the fact that everybody else may be doing something else, but you're visualizing it. Put yourself in that space. I already said it. I told Quan before we leave, I said, listen, I just want you to know, when we go out of town, they're going to try to tempt you. They're going to try to pressure you, because that's what my family do. We'll pressure you. Oh, you sure? Oh, okay. You positive? We're going to ask you about 4 or 5 times. But you have to visualize, put yourself in a situation that you know you're already going to say no. You're already prepared. You visualize yourself resisting whatever it is that's coming to you. So when it comes to your goals, for example, my people out there that's in school and studying, the temptation may come where it's like, hey, you want to go out? You want to go to this party? You want to go to karaoke? You want to step out and have a good time? But you know you're supposed to be studying? Put yourself visualizing the fact that you're going to say no, you're staying into the house tonight because you have to get some work done. When it comes to working on your business, visualize yourself saying no to the temptation of closing the laptop. It's Friday. I'm not worried about anything else, so I'm not going to be focused. Visualize yourself saying, no, I'm going to focus on my goals. I'm going to sit down and get things done, and I'm not going to be deterred or fall into the temptation that may arise. And we know that temptation. We know that temptation where you sitting down and you're doing something that you know you're supposed to be doing, but you get that one text. And that one text can come from your homeboy or your homegirl, like, hey, what you doing tonight? In your mind, you already know that you have some stuff that you need to focus on to get further to where you want to be in your goals, in your business, and in your life. But what are you going to do when that text comes through? That's the temptation. Are you going to fall into it? I ain't got nothing planned tonight. You do have plans tonight. Your plans is to focus on your goals. Your plans is to build your business. Your plans is to write that book. Your plans is to read your book. Your plans is to ground yourself. Your plans is to focus on you and have some self-care. You have plans. Visualize what your plans are, and also visualize saying no to the temptation. And the last thing is to predict and prioritize the outcome. So if I say no to this temptation, what am I saying yes to for myself? A lot of times we say no to ourselves because we're saying yes to other people. But my question is, when it comes to temptation and you say no, what are you saying yes for to yourself? So let's use that same example of you're supposed to be at home, focusing, grounding, getting stuff done, reading, pouring into yourself. But Instead, you get that hot text message and you say, I don't have nothing planned. What's up? And now you out until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. You come home, you tired, you sluggish, you want to just lay down and go to sleep. So guess what? The next day you can't be productive. Why? Because you still tired. You was up all night. So not only did you not finish what it was that you were supposed to do that night while you were out, but now the next day you sleeping in and you tired and you can't even focus or get done what it was that you were planning for the next day. So you saying yes to going out, you're saying yes to falling into that distraction, but at the end of the day, you're saying no to you being productive. We're not doing that in 2023. In 2023, we are looking temptation in its eyes and saying, no, thank you. I'm good. I got this. Because saying no to temptation is saying yes to your future goals and what it is that you need to be actually doing to be in a better place than where you are today. So, we already talked about what temptation is, the 5 different ways to kind of overcome temptation, removing yourself, making sure that you distance yourself or distract yourself from it, treating yourself every now and then, making sure that you visualize yourself saying no, as well as predicting and prioritizing what's going to happen if you say yes and if you say no. That's really going to help with you being successful in all aspects in the 75 Hard Challenge, in your business, in your leadership, and in your life. We will now transition to part 2 of our show, which will be our metaphor for this week. Our monumental metaphor or phrase for this week is, of course, going to go hand in hand with our word of the week, which is temptation. This one here was pretty dope. I liked it because I felt like it really resonated. It said, free cheese is available in mouse traps. Free cheese is available in mouse traps. What does that mean? Well, let's break this down. What is the free cheese to the mouse? The cheese is there to tempt the mouse to come into the trap. That's the same thing with the temptations that you face in life. That's the same thing with the temptations that you face that can deter you from your goals. But in this case, you have this mouse trap. You have free cheese available. And when the mouse come trickling up to get the cheese, boop, the trap closed and the mouse dies or is caught or whatever else. I don't know. I don't deal with mouse traps, but you get the analogy. This is your goals. Over here. This is your goals. Here, we'll do this. This is your goals. This is the trap. And right in the middle is the temptation. So you're on this path that you can go. This is the path here. This is the path that you can go to the right, which will lead to your goals, or to the left, that will lead to temptation. And when you get to that temptation, boop, the trap closes. And now you're deterred from your goals. You're deterred from doing the work that you need to do to put yourself in a better place. You are now in a bonded situation where either you're going to have to start over, you're going to have to try to figure out how to get out that trap. And I want us to avoid the traps. Avoid the traps in 2023. What are the traps? Temptation. That's it. If you are a fan of the show, please like, comment, and subscribe to @Dr. Q the Coach on all social media platforms. Also, Remember the 75 hard challenge. I have a workbook where you can track everything, as well as a daily tracker that you can download. You go to @DrQ the Coach on Instagram, click the Linktree link, and it's available for free download. That way you can go through the entire 75 hard process, take out all of the guessing, because you can cross off each day. You can cross off and check off every task that you do each day, so that we can see these amazing results. Remember to do not fall into temptation. Look temptation in the eye and say, I have the power. I have everything that I need to succeed, because you already do. Lastly, always remember that the sky is not the limit, because there is more out there beyond the clouds. And I will see you next week. Peace.